Welcome to the podcast for Brain and Cortland in the morning on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. I am not okay from Jelly Roll. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland. Welcome into a Tuesday, everybody.
Yeah, didn't sleep great last night.
No.
You want to know why, Brain?
Oh, no. No. Why? Listen, from the tone of your voice, it's very accusatory, and I don't know if I'm okay with that this early in the morning.
Well, I decided after you started it yesterday that I was going to start The Haunting of Hill House.
No. Here's the deal.
Wait. Okay, so I watched the first two episodes.
Okay, yes.
The second episode, I had to skip through a good chunk of it because of the kitten thing. I just couldn't deal with that. And so,
I get it.
Yeah. And so then to balance things out, I had to watch a couple episodes of Letterkenny so that I could go to sleep. So I stayed up a little bit later than I had anticipated. That is not a show that I can just watch an episode and then go to bed, because not only is it scary, it's incredibly depressing.
So Holly and I watched two more episodes last night.
So you're two ahead of me.
So yeah, we're 4 episodes in. And I made the mistake of watching those 2 episodes immediately before going to bed.
No, you can't. There has to be a buffer.
And I just laid in bed last night with the lights off going, is somebody in here with me?
Yeah.
You're
going to see the lady with the crooked neck or whatever?
God, I hope not. There's so many people that you're going to meet. Anyway, I told Holly, I said, you know what? I kind of liked the show Midnight Mass a little bit better than this. I go, there are jump scares in this.
It helps if you're like doing something on your phone, like playing a game. So you're not like directly staring at the screen, because I know when things get too quiet, know they're about to jump scare you. And
it's scary, it's frightening, but it's also psychological.
Yeah.
And there's also family drama involved.
And that's why I'm watching it, because it's not just a scary movie meant to scare you. There's a mystery, there's a story that you're trying to figure out. I'm not going to lie, the first episode was a little bit confusing for me, because I didn't realize it was like jumping from the past to the future to like some weird part in the middle of that. Yeah,
it kind of goes back and forth. You get used to the more episodes that you watch.
Well, I was just confused. I'm like, wait, so what's happening now? Yeah. What year are we in?
So can we talk without giving it away to people who haven't seen it yet? Although this show is from
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
The ending of episode 1.
Yeah, it's a little spooky.
It was a bit much for me.
I knew something was about to happen.
And I wasn't expecting it.
Oh, I knew something. I don't know if it's just like my intuition, but I can always tell when something horrifying is about to happen. And I just knew in that moment that I was waiting for something terrifying.
Okay. So are you excited to watch more episodes?
Yeah, no, I definitely want to watch more episodes, but it's just not something that I can watch right before I go to bed without a buffer in between.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I'm not going to judge at all, because it's I messed up my buffer last night. So anyway, hey, if you've seen it, let us know all about it. The Haunting of Hill House.
No, don't tell me. I don't want to know.
No. Let us know if you liked it. No spoilers or anything like that. It's funny because we've been talking about it, and my phone, obviously, our phones know what we're talking about. And so I was scrolling through my Google News feed this morning, and sure enough, there was an article that says, the plot point in The Haunting of Hill House you never see coming. I'm like, what do you... No. I'm not clicking on that. Thanks a lot, phone.
Stop trying to ruin it.
Spoil it for me. Stupid Google. It's Brain and Cortland at K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, number one for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk, and one margarita from Luke Bryan. Good morning. It's Brain and Cortland. Welcome to Tuesday.
Hello.
My daughter Carly is doing a pretty fun thing today. Well, she thinks it's going to be fun, and I hope she enjoys herself. But she has a job shadow today. And Carly has shown a lot of interest in the field of medicine. She's long wanted to be an anesthesiologist. That is her goal. She really wants to try and do that.
She wants to make money, unlike her dad.
All true things.
Yeah.
And so today she has her job shadow, and she gets to go down to the University of Iowa College of Medicine. And she gets to job shadow people at, not obviously at the hospital. HIPAA violations prevent that from happening.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I get to see patients. That's wonderful. No, but she gets to go into a research facility and see some of the stuff they do behind the scenes at the College of Medicine. And so she's really looking forward to that. And I was trying to coach her a little bit yesterday. I said, hey, if you have any questions about what they're doing or what a degree in this area looks like.
Ask
or what,
me, your father.
Well, no, I go, ask them. Please ask plenty of questions. And she's like, Dad, I will. I want to do this, I'll ask. So anyway, she's heading down to the University of Iowa this morning at around 9. So.
That's interesting that they allow her to do that, because when I was younger, my mom, she's always worked in a hospital for as long as I remember, and they would have take your kid to work day.
Sure.
And so I used to get to go into her office and file charts. Like that was one of my, and now they can't imagine letting children near
the times they are a change.
near medical information.
Yeah.
So,
Mommy, what's this word mean? Oh, we'll file that in the back. You weren't meant to see that.
But it was so fun. I was like, yay, take your kid to work day. And they were so happy I would be there because they're like, here's a stack of charts.
Yeah.
Put them in alphabetical order. And I loved it.
My kids were never really excited to come to work with me either, partially because of the hours. I mean, there was a time where Chase kind of wanted to come in and hang out because he knew I had computers. And he was
on the radio, though. Like, that's not cool to you?
I guess it never was to
Kids
them.
are never impressed by anything.
No, they aren't.
What a disappointment.
Yeah, no, listen, I live with that feeling every time I walk in my front door.
Dad, why couldn't you do something cooler?
God, way to work.
Like work in a bank.
Way to work in country music. God, you're such a loser. Anyway, good luck to Carly today, trying to find a career not in radio. It's Brandon Cortland at K-Hawk. Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. And what my world spins around from Jordan Davis. It's Brandon Cortland. Big day today because we've got concert news.
Yes, we do. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait a little bit, but the morning typically flies by, right?
It does for us anyway.
9 a.m. is when we're going to make the announcement and give away the first pair of tickets. And then after that, we've got tickets for you every day this week at 7:10.
Okay, so make sure you've got your alert set on the K-Hawk app. If you're unable to listen, we'll have all the info up on our app and on our Facebook page when the announcement is made. Once again, Cedar Rapids Country Concert News.
Whoop, whoop.
9 o'clock this morning on 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Round here from Florida Georgia line. Good morning. It's Brandon Cortland. And round here, we will unveil next week our Halloween costume theme for 2024.
Yes, we will.
And so over the weekend, I got the thing that I ordered.
Okay.
I'm trying to be very careful here because I'm speaking broadly because we have not unveiled what our theme is.
No, we have not. And if you ruin it, I will kill you.
So, yeah, listen, no, it's Halloween's a day of death anyway, so I might as well just start digging my own hole. No, I got what I ordered, and it is not going to allow me to wear it in public.
Why is that?
Because it's a little too tight. And so,
so what are you going to do?
Well, I'm excited to tell you I have a much more thrilling alternate costume, keeping with our theme. And
much more thrilling? Is that sarcasm?
No, I think you will be very pleased with what I'm going to do. I have decided that I am going to do something. And I have already got my youngest daughter, Kaylee, involved as well.
Oh, boy.
And so I said, hey, listen, this isn't going to work. Here's what I'm thinking I could do instead. And she's like, oh, I like that.
Okay.
And I said, will you help me? And she said, yes. And so she has already begun research on her part of what she will be providing towards my costume.
I think I know what you're going to do.
So don't guess. I don't want you to guess what you think I'm going to do.
Of course, I'm not going to ruin the surprise.
Off the air.
Well, I'm going to guess off the air.
No, don't.
But I'll tell you this. My costume for our costume came in last weekend.
Okay.
And ordering things on Amazon is so tricky because I thought the size that I ordered would fit.
Okay.
And it fits, but it's a little bit tight.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
And I said I could risk it, take it back, order another one, hope it comes in time. But I'd rather just wear the costume that's a little bit too small and deal with it.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to. There are certain areas that,
I get it. Okay. I get it.
Listen,
I don't need you to.
No, I'm not. Sorry, that got awkward in a hurry, didn't it, folks? Sorry about that. But anyway.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessarily overhead. Whoa. People out there wondering.
You don't want people to see you like that? I definitely don't want to see you like that.
All right, yes. No. Nobody wins in that particular situation. People out there wondering right now, God, what are their costumes going to be if they're worried about that?
Well, no, but I don't think it matters what the costume is if it's going to not fit in certain regions of your body.
So anyway, I was facing the same dilemma you are. Do I send it? Well, I'm going to send it back because I want my money back. Mm-hmm. But if I order something else, will it be here in time? And it would really be cutting it close.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with plan B. And I think plan B will be more fun than plan A anyway. So
okay. All right.
Here we go.
We'll see what happens.
You'll find out next week.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right.
Sounds so menacing.
Sorry if that got out of control. It's Braden Cortland and K-Hawk. 0.1 K-Hawk. Austin, that's Dasha. Good morning. It's Braden Cortland. And news breaking yesterday that Wells Fargo Arena in Des Moines will soon not be called Wells Fargo Arena.
I'm surprised it took this long to change the name because I feel like all of the other big arenas in our area have changed names multiple times since I've been here.
Well, I can tell you why. Wells Fargo signed a 20-year deal.
Holy cow.
When that complex was about to open.
Okay.
Back in 2005. So, yeah, the naming rights for that part of the Iowa Event Center was up. And Casey's General Stores is your winner. It'll be the Casey's Center, starting in July of 2025.
Now, I'm not surprised by this.
No, not really.
And I'm sure they're planning to serve Casey's Pizza at the arena.
That has been confirmed, as well as others Casey's branded food and drink items, yes.
But my question is, how much is the markup going to be? Because
now, you gave a real world and real life example of this coming from Michigan.
Yes, I don't know if you've ever been to Little Caesars Arena, Brain.
I haven't, but I've been to a Little Caesars Pizza.
Okay, well, Little Caesars Pizza, you can get a whole pizza for $5.
Pizza.
But if you go to Little Caesars Arena in Detroit,
what?
It's like $18 for a whole pizza.
Whoa.
So,
well, I mean, listen, you go to an arena, a concert, an event like things that are held at those arenas, you're going to have a markup. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they get for a slice of Casey's Pizza. So Wells Fargo purchased the naming rights back in 2001. And back then, they paid $11.5 million for a 20-year run.
Okay.
So some people are upset because Polk County officials have not released how much Casey's paid. They did say it's a 10-year deal. It'll be the Casey's Center for at least 10 years, but they haven't released how much Casey's bought those naming rights for.
Do people really want to know?
I want to know.
Okay.
How much is the going rate to have your name?
Why are you thinking of putting your name in the ring?
Yeah.
Brain Arena.
Get ready for the Brain Dome.
Always service taco pizza. $12 a slice.
The Brain Dome. Bald like his head. No, I don't know. I'm curious. What's the going rate these days?
All right.
So, anyway, do you want to know the first event ever held at Wells Fargo Arena? It wasn't a concert.
It wasn't?
It was the Tony Hawk. What was it called? It was the Tony Hawk Boom Boom Huck Jam.
Oh.
The first ever musical concert held there was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers in 2005.
Okay.
However, if you want to know the largest attended concerts, you got to go country, baby. The largest single show, George Strait, April of 2014, 15,843 fans, including myself. I was at that show. And a series of shows. The largest overall concert attendance, Garth Brooks. His 6 concerts drew over 94,000 fans.
We were there for that, too.
We were there for that one as well.
Different shows, but we were both there.
So, so get ready for the Casey's Center.
Dun, dun, dun.
Or the Brain Dome. If you want to chip in, I'll leave the link for my GoFundMe. You can read more about the new and soon-to-be Casey's Center on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Outskirts from Sam Hunt. It's Braden Cortland. Good morning. We have got your first Jelly Roll to Jacksonville flyaway code coming up this morning at 8:20. You make sure you want to get as many codes entered on the app because this is a great trip. We got everything covered for you.
Oh, my gosh, yes. We're going to fly you to Florida.
Yeah.
We're going to put you up in a hotel.
Very true.
We're going to give you not 1 but 2 tickets to the show so you don't have to travel by yourself because that would suck.
Yeah.
And then finally, we'll give you $500 in spending cash, which you can share with your guest, or you could keep all to yourself.
Yeah, just lie about the cash. No, they didn't send me with any money. I don't know what we're going to do.
No, bring your own. I'm
right.
sure your friend would just be happy to come with you.
So the codes that we give you are at 8:20 and 10:20 in the morning, and then in the afternoon at 1:20 and 4:20, and then also at 7:20 p.m. So enter those on the app, and each one you do enter is a chance to win that grand prize flyaway to see Jelly Roll in Florida. It's all courtesy of Stony Creek Records and 98.1 K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. New truck from Dylan Scott. Braden Cortland with you on a Tuesday morning. And nothing warms my heart like talking to my kids, especially the girls, about things I used to do when I was their age. And they're like, oh, God, Dad, you're so old. And I'm like, someday you won't think that.
So there is a conversation on social media happening. What is something that you didn't know was a quote-unquote old person thing?
Okay.
Like, has a kid ever called you old for something that you didn't realize was old? And I want to run down some of this list because it's going to make all of us feel terrible.
Okay, all right.
Okay, kid told someone they were old because they were born in the 1900s.
Well, I mean, that's
anyone over the age of 24.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
A teacher got called old because she told her students that she saw the original Shrek movie in a movie theater. What was that, 2000 that came out?
Yeah, I mean, think about it, though. That's next year, it'll be 25 years old.
Okay, get this. Someone got called old by a kid because they used to have VHS tapes, and then someone else got called old because they knew what a DVD was.
Listen.
They just knew what a DVD was.
I still remember the first VHS player, VCR, that my mom and dad had at the house, and it was just, it was this miracle of technology.
I can still hear the rewind.
Yep, rewind. Be kind and rewind.
Okay, a kid called somebody old because they still use CDs in their car. When's the last time you played a CD in your car?
Even for me, it's been a long time.
Okay, how about this? A kid called a guy old because he said he used to play outside when he was a kid. Outside?
Why would I ever need to go out there? I have everything I need in here. That is so sad. That one breaks my heart just a little bit.
Okay, a parent left somebody a voicemail and their kid said that only old people leave voicemails.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I never get that. Because you can text now. You can just text a message.
A kid called somebody old when they said that YouTube didn't used to have ads.
Really?
Remember those days? Back in the day when YouTube did not have ads that you had to watch?
Been a long time since they didn't have ads, folks.
Been a long time. That means we're all old.
Okay.
Another woman got called old because she still has a Hotmail email address.
It's funny because a lot of times when we do contests and we give away tickets.
They're email tickets.
Yeah, and so we can always tell who has had that email for a while. We get some Hotmails, we get some AOLs. Those are fun.
Okay, a guy's coworker told him he was old after he tossed something in a trash can from a few feet away and yelled, "Kobe," when it went in.
Aw. See, I'm older than that. I'd yell MJ. Come on.
And then there was another one where a guy's much younger cousin called him old for using the laughing crying emoji. And that made him sad because he thought that using emojis made him seem cool and young. I use the crying laughing emoji all the time.
I'm not a big emoji user.
Also, I'm pretty sure I also saw Shrek in the movie theater.
Did you really?
Although I was a kid at the time.
I saw the movie Finding Dory. Finding Nemo. Finding Dory was the sequel.
Yeah.
I saw Finding Nemo in the theaters.
I think the first movie I ever saw in theaters was Mulan.
The original cartoon version, yeah?
Yeah.
The first movie I saw was the original Pete's Dragon.
What year did that come out? What year did
I'm going to say, 79? 80?
77.
77! Oh, my God. Hey, how do you know Brain's old?
Has a kid ever called you old for doing something? I heard that you're old now if you wear ankle socks. Ankle socks aren't cool anymore.
Okay, listen.
You're supposed to wear the ones that are like half up your calf, the crew socks that have the Nike swoop on them.
See, I didn't think crews were cool, but okay. Let us know this morning. You can call us at 365-3698 or message us in the K-Hawk app. How do you know you're uncool? According to the kids.
Yeah. if your child has ever said to you, "You're old for blank."
We think you're cool. Trust us. It's Brady Cortland and K-Hawk. Talking about whether or not you're old. Something maybe a kid has told you. You're old because you do this. We got this beauty of a phone call. Go ahead.
I am old because I pulled out my checkbook at TJ Maxx, and the guy laughed and said, "Seriously, you're going to write a check?"
So it was you that was holding up the line.
You were shamed by an employee.
I was shamed by a 17-year-old employee for writing a check.
That's so funny. I'm so sorry.
I know. That's when it hit me.
Yeah, well, okay. Not a lot of people using checks in the retail environment.
I can't believe, though, he just, laughed at her outright.
Surprised he knew what it was.
That's so rude.
Aaron on the K-Hawk app says she still uses her VHS player.
What?
Okay, all right.
Why?
You can probably at least...
You can stream everything now.
Or at least upgrade
the quality's probably better.
Or at least upgrade to DVD.
And rewinding is so much easier.
Rewind, I know. I also got this call as well.
Because I saw Land Before Time in the theaters.
Whoa, you're so old, man.
Yeah. Half the kids nowadays don't even know what that movie is.
No, they don't.
I was going to say, yeah, they don't. What movie was that? Huh?
1988, by the way.
Oh.
That's when The Land Before Time came out.
Wow. Some people think that you're so old that you were here before in A Land Before Time. That's how old they think you are.
This has been great.
Yes. Thank you so much for the calls and comments.
Making us feel better.
That's right. Yeah. Born in the 1900s.
Are you smarter than us?
Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. It's Brain and Cortland, and it's time to play Are You Smarter Than Brain's Kids, brought to you by Wild Hogs in Walford.
And we're very excited to announce that we have a first-time contestant on the phone this morning. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning.
All right, Nicole, where are you at, and what are you doing this morning?
I am in Oxford driving my daughter to school.
Oh, cool.
Okay. Is your daughter going to help you?
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's the goal. Okay.
She's the one that told me we should call. So.
Oh.
Well,
if you win the gift card, that means you have to take her out to eat.
All right.
Okay, a reminder, you guys, you got to get all 3 questions right to get that gift card, so good luck to you.
All right, here we go.
Thank you.
Question number 1. What is the name of the playwright that wrote Hamlet?
Oh.
Who wrote Hamlet?
Is it Shakespeare?
It is.
Correct. There we
Woo!
go.
Off to a good start.
There we go.
All right, question number 2. What shape is a stop sign?
You know? Do you know what shape it is? Is it the octagon?
Yes.
You're kind of smart.
Look at that.
Okay.
No need to phone a friend. You got to play it right there in the car.
All right, final question. Here we go. Julius Caesar was the emperor of what empire?
Oh, shoot.
Come on.
Oh, Julius Caesar.
Hail Caesar.
Oh.
God, I love a good Caesar salad.
Yeah. Any idea?
Oh, no.
Come on, you got this.
Italy.
I mean, it was Rome, so you were close.
Negative.
The Roman Empire.
The Roman Empire.
Ah,
Oh,
those pesky
Nicole,
Romans.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Hey, thank you guys for calling in, and have a great day at school.
Thank you.
Yes, and study up on the Roman Empire.
I mean, what else do you remember from the Roman Empire?
Et tu, Brute? You remember that? No?
Yes.
Okay. There we go. That's all you need to know.
That's it. That's our history knowledge.
Summed up in one phrase. It's Braden Cortland and K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. Pour me a drink from Post Malone and Blake Shelton. It's Braden Cortland and the MAC, the Midwest Athletic Club, celebrating 40 years in business. And they're having a 40th anniversary celebration coming up on Thursday. Cortland, you are going to be there helping them celebrate.
Yes, I am. So I'm going to be there from 4 to 6.
Yes.
They're going to have free food. They're going to have some beverages and also prizes to give away, including a trip to Florida.
That's right. Airfare included, and it's a big trip. and you can sign up to win that. You're going to be at Mac Extreme, and that is at 4700 Tama Street Southeast in Cedar Rapids, kind of right back behind Carlos O'Kelly's.
Yes.
If you're looking for an identifier and where Cortland will be at.
So once again, 4 to 6, Thursday, and I'm going to be signing you up to win tickets to see Little Big Town in Sugar Land while I'm there.
That concert coming up quick. Next month.
Oh, I want to go to that one so bad.
Celebrate 40 years of fitness and fun with the Mac. Cortland will be at the Mac Extreme on Thursday starting at 4 with 98.1 K-Hawk.
Here's the latest on the singers who bring us America's music. It's Brain and Cortland's Country Quickies on 98.1 K-Hawk.
Well, Morgan Wallen making headlines by announcing a lineup at his Sand in My Boots Music Festival. It happens May 16th, 17th, and 18th on the Gulf Shores of Alabama. The lineup, pretty interesting. Sure, there's country stars. Morgan Wallen, Post Malone, Hardy, Brooks, and Dunn are all going to be there. Also Ella Langley, Riley Green, Haley Witters.
Yeah.
Is going to be at this thing, which is awesome. But then Morgan Wallen mixing in some other musical genres as well. Wiz Khalifa, Diplo, 3-6 Mafia, T-Pain, among some of the names.
T-Pain?
That will be at this particular music festival. Now that is interesting enough and had fans clamoring for tickets. However, according to the Sand in My Boots website, the lowest ticket price listed right now is $3.99 before fees. Yikes, that's an expensive festival, Mr. Wallen. We'll have to wait and see if fan reaction to the prices drives them down a little bit, but I wouldn't guarantee it.
No. Okay. Well, here's some more Morgan Wallen news. This one is good. He just set another impressive record. So Morgan wrapped up his massive One Night at a Time world tour with 2 shows in Charlotte, North Carolina over the weekend. And during the last show on Saturday night, he informed fans that right before he went out on stage, his team presented him with a plaque in honor of the fact that his tour has become the highest selling country music tour of all time.
Wow.
The tour boasts a record-breaking 3,107,695 fans across 87 shows, including 51 stadiums, 10 countries, and 3 continents. Now, last year, Morgan had the highest-grossing country tour of the year by a pretty big margin, though clearly he's already broken his own record, so The sky's the limit.
All right, let's talk about Jelly Roll. Speaking of career accomplishments, his new album, Beautifully Broken, which came out October 11th, debuted at number 1, not only on the country albums chart, but the all-genre Billboard 200 album chart. Moved around 161,000 units. That's his best sales week ever. Beautifully Broken joins a handful of other country albums that have been top of the chart, including albums from Morgan Wallen, Post Malone, and yes, even Toby Keith's 35 Biggest Hits compilation was at number 1 earlier this year too, for sad reasons, but still, we love you, Toby.
And finally, over the summer, Cody Johnson announced that he was going to be holding an inaugural roping event in Belton, Texas. The Kojo Open Roping Championships lasted 5 days and showcased some of the best team ropers in the nation. A gala ended the week-long event supporting 2 charities, the Different Day Foundation and the Texas FFA. Well, after the event's conclusion, Cody Johnson took to social media to share how delighted he was with how it went. Not only did team ropers participate in the competition and go home with some large checks, but they also raised a significant amount of money. $719,000 and some change.
Wow.
With
awesome.
full hearts, Parker and his wife say they can't wait to see everyone next year, and he notes that the Kojo Open will soon be the biggest roping event in the nation.
That's awesome.
Leave it to the cowboy.
Those are your country quickies this morning.
Yeehaw.
The whole concert thing. I know it's not just Morgan Wallen, but the concert situation in general. I feel like a lot of these acts got to be careful not to price out the average fan. I mean, because I can't afford to go to that thing, even if I wanted to.
Well, plus, a lot of people will have to travel, so there's travel expenses as well.
Accommodations, I know. Mm-hmm. It's Braden Cortland on 98.1 K-Hawk. Country 98.1 K-Hawk. Jelly Roll, and I am not okay. It's Braden Cortland. Good morning. Yes, it's raining in some places. Not a lot downtown, but we've seen some crazy lightning.
It's really dark, too.
It is. It's been a while since we've had measurable rainfall in the area. Also, it's been a while since we've seen an airplane land on a highway.
Okay, I need you to tell me what the heck is going on because you just sprung this on me like a minute ago. And I said, what are you talking about?
This has been all over social media. The pictures are kind of crazy.
Well, I guess I live under a rock.
This happened in Johnson County down the Iowa City area over the weekend. At around 5:45 p.m. Saturday, a small aircraft landed on Highway 218 near mile marker 94.
I'm assuming it wasn't supposed to do that.
No, they typically do not land on highways. They stick to runways and airports. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department says that they received the emergency distress signal from a plane, and apparently they're saying it ran out of gas.
Oh, my God.
And it hadn't been in the air very long. So it landed on Highway 218 safely, I might add. The pilot was the only one in the aircraft.
And he was fine, right?
And he was fine.
Okay.
So anyway.
Can you just imagine, though, you're driving on 218 and you look up and there's a plane about to land in front of you?
No. And even if it's a small plane like this one, that's not what you expect to see.
It's still a plane.
It's still a plane. And so here's where you're like, okay, happy ending. Everybody's okay. They'll tow the plane away. Now, they filled it up with gas. Sheriff's officers cleared Highway 218. And the plane took off and flew back to the airport.
I mean, I don't know what's weirder, taking off on the highway or if they were just driving the plane in the fast lane.
Yeah, listen, there's some pictures and video up on the K-Hawk app.
Wide load.
If you want to see video of the plane pulling out of the ditch, saying, "Thank you, officers, I'll take it from here," and then taking off. Using Highway 218 as a runway. It's
so bizarre.
It's so weird. And thankfully, like we said before, nobody injured. Pilot, bystanders, anybody. So definitely not the normal reason there's a traffic tie-up in eastern Iowa. Plane on the roadway.
I don't think I would believe it if I saw it.
That's right. You can see pictures and believe it for yourself on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. K-Hawk, Riley Green and Ella Langley. You look like you love me. It's Brain and Cortland. Don't forget Cedar Rapids Country Concert News coming up in 13 minutes, right around 9 a.m. We'll have the details and a chance to win tickets. But right now, things are about to get chaotic.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I don't care for it. And I also don't quite understand why it's happening.
Isn't the world confusing enough? Why do we need to be confused by the items that we are purchasing?
So there's a trending marketing ploy right now that's called chaos packaging. And it's where companies sell you products in a container that it normally would not go into.
Now, the one that I've seen, and I don't know why it bothers me so deeply.
I do, and I'll reveal it in just one moment.
But it's a brand called Vacation, and they sell sunblock in a whipped cream container. Like it squirts out of the top of the whipped cream container as if it's whipped cream, but you cannot eat it because it is sunblock. Why did they do this?
Yeah.
And why are people so interested in buying it? There's just something so gross about it to me.
Yeah. Well, first of all, who hasn't picked up a can of the Ready Whip
and just put it right in their mouth?
Just put the nozzle right in my gullet. Just in it goes. But you can't do that with this, or if you did, it tastes like sunblock because it is sunblock.
I don't like it.
So another example that we were talking about here off the air, you've actually seen people order something called Liquid Death.
Now, I assumed that this was some sort of energy drink until this very moment when I learned that it's actually just water sold in a tall boy can that used to be for beer.
So basically, yeah.
So they're just ordering water in a can? Why is it called Liquid Death?
Yes. And I'm looking at the packaging here. It says, murder your thirst.
Yeah. Until this moment, I thought this was some sort of energy drink, and it's literally just water.
And Cortland was about to launch this whole campaign and say, kids, lay off the Liquid Death. When actually, you're just hydrating.
No, you need it. It's real mountain water.
How are we supposed to know? There's another one. There is a cleaning product brand called Puracy, and they began selling soap refills in soda cans. That's another one that would bother me greatly.
Well, here's why they had to change that, because parents said their kids might think it was soda and actually drink it.
Of course they do.
Don't you remember when you bought those little bath tabs?
Do we have to talk about this?
For your daughter? And it was like a little package of these teeny tiny Disney princess bath tabs.
Yeah.
And your daughter opened it up and said, "Ooh, candy." and ate them and continued eating them even though they didn't taste good.
She thought they were the worst candies ever made.
She was like, maybe they'll get better, and they didn't.
Got to be sugar in here somewhere.
See, but that's the risk that you take when you decide to package things like that.
Apparently, this is called chaos packaging. Apparently, this is another sign you're old when you've never heard of the current marketing trends. If you've bought something, either one of the items we've talked about or maybe another example of chaos packaging, let us know about it. Message us on the app. Because the last thing I want to do is go home and open up a soda can full of cleaning supplies. I mean, come on. Nobody wants that.
Gross.
You mess with my Diet Dew bottle and we're going to have words. That'll be chaos. It's Braden Cortland at K-Hawk. Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. 4x4 by you, the latest from Lainey Wilson. It's Braden Cortland with you on a Tuesday morning, and we are excited because it's listener lunch day. We're back at Mass Margaritas in Cedar Rapids.
I mean, seriously, who needs sunshine when you can have queso?
I'll agree with that. I'll take queso.
Queso's even better on a rainy day.
I'll take guacamole. I'll take the entire menu up for grabs, by the way, at Mass Margaritas. Yes, they do have lunch portions and lunch specials, but you know what? I'm just going to dive in. Is there anything today that you're maybe leaning towards?
I kind of feel like a taco salad.
Okay.
And obviously some chips and queso.
Yes. I've been thinking about fajitas. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger today or not.
It's just so much food.
It is, but you know what? I'm up for the challenge. Congrats to our winner this week, Mary with Strelner Financial Group in Cedar Rapids. Mary and her coworkers joining us for some lunch here in just a bit at Mass Margaritas. Now, after today, we only have one Tuesday left in October.
I know.
One more trip to Mass Margaritas for some fantastic Mexican food.
I'm really going to miss it.
I am too.
Be totally honest with you.
We've had a great time in the month of October. So get entered. Be our final winner. You can get entered now on the 98.1 K-Hawk app. Cedar Rapids, #1 for New Country, 98.1 K-Hawk. One Bad Habit from Tim McGraw. Braden Cortland finishing things up here on a day where it rained.
Did it? I still haven't seen any rain. I just see the darkness.
Streets are wet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I know.
I mean, a little bit's better than nothing. When is the last time it rained? Honestly, I cannot remember.
I don't think it had. This is, I think, the first precipitation that we've had in October.
I don't think I've mowed my lawn since August.
And I don't think it barely rained in September. I mowed the front yard. It's funny because the front part of our yard is in the shade of our house just enough. It's green and it grows. I'm like, oh, it's so annoying.
I have a few portions of my backyard like that, but I just figure it's not worth it.
So I went to have Chase mow the backyard a couple of days ago, and he goes out to start the mower, and he comes over to me and goes, hey, you know it's like mostly dead back there. And I go, listen, I get it, but there are some green portions that need to be mowed, so just even it out. So I get it.
You're a mean parent.
I am. Mow it, boy! Is not what I said, but it's what I said in my head. All right, we're off to listener lunch. Dad joke to get us out of here on a Tuesday.
All right, well, I thought this was appropriate because today is National Nut Day, apparently.
Okay.
Which sounds bad, but, I mean, it's true. Here we go.
I don't know where we're going with this. I'm a little nervous.
All right, Brain, what did the acorn say to the nosy squirrel?
What did the acorn say to the nosy squirrel? I don't know.
There's nothing to see here.
Okay. All right. There you have it, folks. We've gone to the squirrels.
Oh, man.
Back tomorrow morning, bright early at 5 a.m. You should know it was National Nut Day just by listening to this show. Have a great day. So long.